Where's my stream manager? Okay. I need to turn this way down so I can hear myself think. But yeah, welcome back to Ace Attorney Monday. Let me get the game up on my screen. There we go. But yeah, so welcome back to Ace Attorney Monday. Ooh. Oh really? Just as I refreshed it, my stream stats corrected themselves. Okay. But anyway, yeah, welcome back to Ace Attorney. Today will hopefully go a lot better than how I felt the last Ace Attorney stream went, just because I spent like half of the last Ace Attorney stream just like fumbling about, like I was so lost, and it took me quite a while to figure out what I was doing and how to progress and stuff. But yeah, oh god damn it. Yeah, don't mind me, I just have like some food in my mouth because anyone who's had anything with oats in it will know how annoying oats are, because oats can like stick to your teeth afterwards, and that was so weird. My viewer count is being really glitchy. Like it went from saying 0 to 2 viewers, but anyway. But yeah, I think I have a few oat flakes in my mouth from when I had oaty biscuits earlier. So yeah, well yeah, so today there's 2 goals I want to accomplish in today's Ace Attorney stream. I want to finally finish the Master Mask case, and I also want to try and not get stumped as much, because I feel like lately I've had like a really bad track record where at least once in every Ace Attorney stream I'll get majorly stuck. So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna try not to do that today. So yeah, and oh, by the way, the reason I've started the stream a little bit earlier, so I know I don't usually stream until around 4, but with WWE being on their UK and Europe road to WrestleMania at the minute, wrestling has gone in my time zone from being on at like midnight to being on at like 7 o'clock. So a lot less chance of getting sleep deprived, but still, it does mean that I will be finishing the stream slightly early. Well, not really. I'll still do like 3 hours, but instead of finishing like at 7 like I usually do, I'll finish at like 10 to 7, or maybe even slightly earlier than that, like 1:45, because so the stream will be like 2 hours 45, 2 hours 50 minutes compared to like 3 hours, just because I do want to make sure I get Netflix all set up and stuff ready to watch the wrestling. But yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough though, so I'm gonna get stuck into the gameplay. But yeah, so yeah. Good, I actually remembered where I was for once, but then it's only because I wasn't as much of a dimwit, and I definitely made sure to stop the game in the last stream. Someone is being really, like, I appreciate if people lurk, but someone is being really in and out of my stream right now, which is very distracting. But anyway, But yeah, so let's start the next part of the game. I'm gonna have to remember I'm back on PlayStation controls because I just finished. I finally today, so I got back into playing the official the official authentic story based game of Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer The Hinagami Chronicles, and I just finished that today after it was in my backlog for ages, but I was using a Switch emulator to play it, so yeah, I'm gonna have to get back into PlayStation and PC mode. Okay, so yeah, let's continue with the cross-examination, so let's press. So this photograph is approved, correct? Indeed it is. Aha, that's why. I bet that new followers are bought. Just saying. But yeah. For last, thank you for the follow. Thank you. I mean, I don't really have many multiplayer games, but sure. Oh. No, I only... Okay, just because that bot clearly... Or not that bot, but that weird non-stream support, I didn't get the message. I do have some rules when it comes to people joining my Discord. So if you, I only really want people joining my Discord if, using the command in the chat, or if you do join through the link in my channel, I'd appreciate a quick in the general chatting in my Discord, just being oh hi, this is Twitch, insert Twitch username here, just because I have noticed there's been only a couple of people joining my Discord who, I mean, yeah, they probably watch my streams, but at the same time, they've not said hello, or I don't really know who they are. So yeah, I mean, I've nothing against meeting new people and making new friends, but still it is a little sus if people just join my Discord and then don't say anything afterwards. But yeah, and in terms of friend requests on Discord, I would just add anyone as a friend if I, my friends on Discord are people that I legit know and that I also trust. So yeah, I'm not just gonna add random people. So yeah, just thought I'd establish that because it still seems like there's some areas of my whole streaming experience that people think they can I don't know, slide by or take the easy way out, I don't know. Just cut corners maybe, yeah, but anyway. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I am called Master Mask. But conveniently, that also means there is no way to... What in the frick is going on? I'm getting... Okay, I just started streaming and I've already got 2 new followers in the space of 3 minutes. But anyway, Henry, thank you for the follow. Yeah, sorry for the weird reaction. I'm just I'm not really used to getting this much attention. Or not attention, but just yeah. Anyway, but conveniently that also means there is no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean? Ha, are you saying that this is not in fact Luke Atmey? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Master Mask to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? Ooh. Okay, okay. I have this rule because sometimes when it comes to making a choice in this game, I've made like the wrong choice and I've had to redo a bit of gameplay. So I do have this rule that just to double check that my choice is right, I will look up a guide for it. But yeah, so part 4, there we go. Oh, it must be on, yeah, okay. Yeah, now I just gotta figure out what testimony I'm on. Okay, yeah, this is another area where I really wish this game had like a log, because one of the other games I've been playing in my game cycle, Persona, that has a log so you can like look back on what was just said. Like, I'm honestly surprised that... Hi Emily! Yeah, happy Monday, fresh start to a brand new week. Yeah, yeah, this week is looking to be a busy one for me. Yeah, cause Wednesday I'm getting my hair cut, and then this weekend I'm obviously doing what I already told you, where I'm going to Bridlington with my fiance's family. So, yeah, and that's like, and I'm also streaming every day this week, so yeah, it's gonna be busy. Anyway, let me... Okay, I wonder... I'm just gonna say give it up, cause, yeah. Okay. Okay, I had more than enough time to prepare. Oh, there we go. Okay, so press statements to... Okay, yeah. Got it. Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say something and now I've lost my train of thought. Oh well. Also, god damn it. Eating, oh, why is it everything I eat comes back to bite me in the ass in some way? Because now it's like I'm really regretting having like earthy biscuits earlier, because like earth is like one of the worst things you can have to like scratch up your voice and stuff. Yeah, Lizzo's definitely one of my favourite artists to go to for like pump up songs, like songs that just make you feel good. So yeah, just there we go. So yeah, let's press. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was a perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atmey was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. Okay, I'll press this one. There we go. About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come now, it's all too clear what you're thinking. Yeah, I did notice that. Like, I knew Lizzo lost weight, but it was nice to see that she still retained her appearance. Because, yeah, I get what you mean about Adele. Because when Adele came back and she was so much slimmer, it was a bit of a shock. Because, you know, I was used to her back when she had more weight. But, yeah, I will say, though, that Adele does look really good. Now that she's lost weight. Yeah, so... Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. It looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So, this alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the master mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is fake. Okay, so yeah, let me just look in the court record. So yeah, the Magatama, that doesn't apply. Attorney's badge, that doesn't apply. Treasure exhibit, I don't think we'll be focusing on the Sacred Urn as much anymore, so I can probably, like, not focus on the Sacred Urn as much. Army Fair, Damask calling card, warehouse camera, Damask knocked Atmey out, security camera photo, so that's the photo we were looking at. Blackmail letter, Ron's wallet, so that was found at KB Security. CEO office, that was found in Ron's wallet, and it was used on the night of the crime. Publicity photo. That's Damask's brooch. That's the victim's autopsy report. Newspaper clipping. So the guard in this photo is Rhonda Light. CEO office. Buzzer. Kane's list. That's a list of some priceless artifacts. Buzzer record. Ron's testimony. So, from Damask's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters, broken and repaired by Adrian. Adrian knocked over some paint. There we go. Okay. Okay, was it though? I mean, the warehouse camera went off at 1 AM, whereas the murder happened at, oh, okay, yeah, so that's not a contradiction. Yeah. I mean, there's quite a few female singers that make me feel empowered, like, I know when she brought out Unbroken, that Demi Lovato was a massive inspiration. Like, I found that album so inspirational because it was like the first album she wrote after she went to rehab to sort out her drug and alcohol issues. But yeah, another artist that I think does really uplifting songs is a singer called Rachel Platten. Yeah, one of my favourite, like, most uplifting songs of all time is a song that Rachel Platten did called Fight Song, which is a really good song. So, yeah. Itchy. Okay, where? Okay, yeah, I don't think there's any contradictions yet, so let me... I know there was one that I didn't press, so maybe... I think it was... Yeah, let's try pressing the third statement. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it, the very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. Surely even you understand by now. Lordly Taylor provided that camera. There's no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed Kane Bullard, unless I had an accomplice. Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's got to be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? I'm gonna guess that there is, but I'm just gonna check. Yeah, you bet there is. Okay. Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place, and there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. I think I know what it is. The pink splotch. Because if you remember, the pink splotch shouldn't be there because there should be a statue there instead. The funny part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood! Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. The stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going on his mild tangents. Yeah, I don't know whether I'd want to be in a courtroom with this guy as the judge. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's lovable and he's a bit goofy, but yeah, he is definitely one needle short of a haystack. I don't know. Oh, I do love Lizzo's collaboration with Cardi, Rumors. Like, Lizzo, I felt like Lizzo went into the studio with Cardi and they just sort of like vibed off of each other. Like, they just have this chemistry that comes through even in the song. Because that's the thing about really good collaborations is the best collaborations often come because like the artists have really good. Not only do the artist's voice go really well together, but they also just have this natural ability to like kind of bounce off of each other and also make each other better. I think it's the same thing for a wrestling match, really, because competitors in a wrestling match, they do have to have good chemistry. Like they have to know when to do certain moves, and also uh, they obviously can't injure their opponents. So yeah. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. The statue, right? Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? The statue. Supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue will be the perfect size for covering up paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there. I mean, yeah, I will say, like, I do love Lizzo's music, but the only album I actually have of hers is Special. I never got or downloaded Cause I Love You. Yeah, and I also don't have like the EP that came out with Good as Hell on it. Yeah, Special. I definitely picked a good album to be like the first album that I fully listened to from Lizzo though, cause Special is it's a special album. So yeah. But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. Ha, in that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? I think it's Luke Atmey, but I am gonna check just because I don't want to. Oh, okay. Yay, I was right. That's fine. I just checked my answer. I do remember when Girls came out by Lizzo and it got a bit of controversy because the original version of that song had like a lyric that like how do I explain this? I think it was a lyric that either offended people that like poked fun at people who were disabled, or I mean, it was ableist anyway, but yeah, I remember, but at least Lizzo changed that lyric, so she saw her mistake and she was able to fix it. But yeah, I mean, had Lizzo released another single from Special, I would have liked either Everybody's Gay or If You Love Me to have been that single, because those two songs are definitely up there in my favourites from that album. The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atmey. Come now, Sir Lawyer. Yeah, I don't even know what the word is for that, but I know it's a thing a lot of people wear. Like, I think it's just like a diamond hood. Yeah, because a hood doesn't necessarily have to be attached to a coat. You can just like wear a hood. But yeah, to me it definitely gives me like Whitney Houston vibes. Because Whitney Houston wore a very similar thing in the Bodyguard movie, I think. So yeah. Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in the photograph. Luke Atmey, you pretended to be Master Mask. I mean, I think in order to be able to rock that look, you'd either have to have your hair cut really short, or wear like a cap that like that you just like stick. So not like a cap like a baseball cap, but like just like a cap, kind of like a swimming cap, where you just like put all your hair in it and then put the hood over it. So yeah, because I think it would be a bit messy to wear, like if someone just like let their hair down and wore it that way. Look at me, you pretended to be Master Mask to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie exist? Yeah, where is the lie in the picture? I mean, maybe it's the time. Yeah, I'll just check. Oh, I was right. Okay. Yeah, it is the time. Yay! I got it right. Okay. Yeah, let's check that. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. Well, what do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atmey went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at that time. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was this statue placed beside the warehouse door? I will say that even though I am going to a few I will say that even though I'm going to a few concerts this year, I think I don't know whether I'll be going to any next year, just because I do think I need to I mean, one thing I'm definitely focused on at the minute when I'm not streaming is getting a job, because I've been unemployed for like over a year now. So yeah, definitely want to get a job and start getting some income in again, because yeah, I don't really want to keep treating myself willy-nilly and basically like using up a lot of money. So yeah. So yeah, but I'm very much looking forward to the concerts I'm going to this year. Ooh. Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Atmey had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim, and so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. Well, what the? Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah, so on the day of the crime, Mr. Atmey must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long... I mean, yeah, I definitely love the message that If You Love Me has, because I do think in order to be in a proper relationship with someone, that person does need to love every part of you, whether that's a great part of you or one of your flaws, because to me, being in love or loving someone is like caring about them and putting them first, and also yeah, as I said, just loving them even when they might not be the most perfect person. My throat's getting a little dry again. I mean, that's the thing with singers in general, I think, because even though they do use like a stage name, I do think that most singers, like, on stage personality is either just them being themselves or kind of like a slightly more showbiz style version of themselves. So I don't think any artists are like putting on a complete fake personality. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atmey had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match the way it had been in this photo. Wah! Order! Mr. Atmey, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Order! Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I've promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial, which means I'm still good till the last drop. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied, which is that it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes. If there's no funny business in your actions as Master Mask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy, so let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. Okay, noose. Stupid throat's doing that fucking thing again, where it's always like, I really don't know what it is, because like I'm also really sniffly all of a sudden. Like I'm starting to think like I just get nervous when I'm streaming, and like the nerves like manifest themselves in different ways. But it's like I would have thought at nearly 200 streams I would have gotten used to this by now. But I don't know, my body just like throws up signals at me that make me think otherwise. Yeah, I can't really, again, I never listened to Cause I Love You, because I only really got into Lizzo during her special era. So I don't really have any, I mean, yeah, there's Juice and there's Truth Hurts, those are the only ones I've heard from that era, and also Good as Hell. But yeah, I definitely got into Lizzo more when she released About Damn Time and Girls, and also when she did the Pink song for the Barbie movie. Yeah, so I first received the request from Lordly Taylor 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Savari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? I'm just gonna mute my mic whilst I like really clear my throat. Okay, there we go. God damn it. Stupid throat. It keeps being scratchy. Oh, and I want to read the text really bad. There we go. Doobie doobie doo. Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zavari. Very well then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, so, press. You were asked to guard the art earned by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right? Indeed. It seemed that they had heard of my sparkling reputation. I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya. Press. You mean this box? Yeah, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh, interesting new tidbit. Press. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused. Okay. I really need to blow my nose, because my nose is fucking... I think that's what's making my throat act off. Feels like there's air or something in my ears. I wonder if it's another high day for hay fever. I don't know. Anyway. God damn it, stupid body. I mean, yeah. So I won't read for a bit because I do think having mints can help with clearing the throat. God damn it. So yeah, I'm gonna have a mint. I do usually chew through these quite quickly, so I shouldn't be quiet for too long. There we go. Did I already press that one? Oh yeah, okay. Press. We'll press that one. Okay, so the statement that probably has a contradiction on it is this one, but I just need to prove, like Phoenix and Maya have said, that Atmey has seen the end. God damn. Wait, is it a simple... No, okay. God damn it. Okay, no. It wasn't as simple as that, that's fine. Ugh. Ow. Don't mind me, just itching. Okay, so I know the statement that I probably need to present something on is either this one or the fifth one, or the last one I mean. So, yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, it does say that. Oh my god. Yeah, I wasn't observant enough in the court record. Yeah. Mr. Atmey, if you really are Master Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Something is tickling the back of my throat and it's really annoying. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled here surely refers to the pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true, but so what? Truth be told, there is no way that Master Mask could have known about the pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atmey had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi from the night of the murder no longer holds water. Quack, 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 quack. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Grr, Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Ha! It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mask, and now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way. Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Atmey was the one who killed Cain Bullard, then let me ask you this. Why would he do that? Hehehehe. An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you my merry murderous motive manifest? Nick, he's getting his second wind. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Rhonda Light, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Rhonda Light. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Okay, another new testimony. I, Luke Atmey, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Cain Bullard decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite inexcusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Cain Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Cain Bullard, blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. What? Blackmail letter updated in the court record. So it was written by Cain Bullard. Interesting. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. Okay. I, Luke Atmey, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Let's press on that. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atmey and Kane Willard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected through their work. They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Kane Willard decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was. I have a theory, but I don't know whether I should execute it yet. Because, I'll just talk you through what I'm thinking though. So, in Damask's calling... No, that's not the one. Okay. In the blackmail letter, it says, if you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. And I think I remember what that red diamond is referring to. So I think the red diamond in question, which may or may not be a ring on Luke Atmey's finger, yeah, I think that proves that him and Kane Willard knew each other. That's my theory anyway. I haven't seen the track list, although I am aware that I think one of the new songs is called Spotlight. But yeah, but no, I've been busy today, so I've not had a chance to look at it yet. I definitely will though. Yeah, so yeah, can I present my theory yet? I'm just gonna let's see. Okay, doo-doo-doo. Oh, okay, so it's not that statement. Interesting. Yeah, so I shouldn't do my theory yet, I don't think. Or maybe my theory's wrong. I can't even remember. But yeah, let's present the blackmail letter. Yeah, there we go. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atmey? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Okay. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel. What about it? Oh, I did misremember. Yeah, I think, I don't think the Tear of Emanon is actually blue. I think it might be red. Yeah, there we go. I do remember. Okay. Yeah, I have played this game before. I don't know if it's obvious. I mean, maybe it's not obvious with how much I've been struggling through some of these cases. But yeah, there are parts of the game I'm definitely more familiar with. I'd say the Phoenix Wright game, especially in this trilogy, that I'm most familiar with is the first game. But yeah, this game is a very close second, although it has been a while since I've played the later cases. Because I did actually start another playthrough of Trials and Tribulations, and I think I only got to just after the first case. So there are some parts of this game that are a bit foggy in my memory. But yeah, I'm glad I remembered this anyway. Colour. I'm not much for discussing colour myself. According to the clipping, the colour of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tear of Emanon that Master Mask stole at all. And your point is, Mr. Trite? So you are trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else. That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, that is what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Yes. This is who Cain Bullard was actually blackmailing. He wasn't blackmailing Ron Delight, he was blackmailing Luke Atmey. I remembered that as well. As soon as I got up to the part where we were looking at the motive, I was like, oh, I remember. Yeah, I kind of re-put the pieces back together in my head, and I figured it was Atmey that was being blackmailed, not Delight. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case, and in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. Wait, so I was right? Oh, I didn't misremember. But why would he just put a priceless jewel in his ring for literally everyone to see? That's like so stupid. That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that Cain Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Ah! Wow, I can't believe I actually did remember that. Wow. I think in some areas my memory might be better than I thought. It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Uh-oh, I don't like the way you said that. Cain Bullard blackmailing Luke Atmey. Are you for real? Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. Cain Bullard threatened to make Luke Atmey's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? God, are you kidding me? It's that obvious. Obviously Master Mask. Obviously. Atmey killed Cain Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke Atmey wanted so desperately to keep secret was his identity as Master Mask. Luke Atmey was Master Mask. Oh no. Well, what? That's my line. Well, what's that supposed to mean? That's my line too. Listen up, you. This is what you've been saying up to this point in time. The witness pretended to be Master Mask in order to pin the murder on the defendant. In which case, you'll want to insist up to and beyond the day you die that Ron Delight was in fact Master Mask. I must say, this sudden change of heart doesn't reflect— Oh, what? Come on. So what? Is it— It's a blackmailer. Yeah, it must be a blackmailer. Because everyone knows he's already an ace detective. Luke Atmey was a blackmailer. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atmey. Are you saying that Atmey was blackmailing someone else? Probably Ron Delight, on top of that. Oh, you have to admit, that does sound a little odd. It's not odd, it's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after the incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emnon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Ron Delight was actually Master Mask. That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atmey. Shh, silence! Hee. Now I see, it's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with the tendency to jump to conclusions, am I wrong? How did you? You say that I, Luke Atmey, was blackmailing Ron Delight, in which case I would naturally know all about his relation to Master Mask. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first crime. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atmey know that Ron Delight was Master Mask? I think it's the newspaper clipping again, because Ron Delight was the guard in the first heist. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. Well, what do you mean? This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Master Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atmey. That's when you learned that under his mask, Master Mask was really Ron Delight. The crowd are turning on Luke Atmey. Why you? How dare you expose me like that? Why I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also Master Mask. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Why you? How dare you even dare imply that I... Oh god, he's stringing all his words together. It will seem we've finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atmey. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atmey. He was objecting. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. Well, what do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one more thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. Well, what do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atmey was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right, that's why he's the one who killed Mr. Bull, but... There's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No, no way! Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright, this is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atmey was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night. But what? Can you really prove that? That's long enough. Mr. Trite, I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atmey was at KB security, and the defense... I mean, we should be able to prove it, right? Interesting. Good thing I checked, because I probably would have made the wrong answer. Okay, we can't prove it right now. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But if we hear more of Detective Atmey's testimony... Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atmey is here after we interrupted his own trial, and you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as mask to mask. No. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that, just as Rhonda Lights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence, and by then it'll be too late. Huh? Well, why? Because there's a trial going on right now, Maya. Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atmey will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty is mask to mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of King Bullard is concerned. No way! The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atmey's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as King Bullard's murderer. Wow! Now there's nothing I can possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atmey, will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today, and as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of the witness. Are there any objections? The courtroom is silent. Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atmey. I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you? Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. That voice. No way. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia. This is the true power of the Korean channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. Well, what do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I'm the ace detective as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that, just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Ah, nothing. Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, Lucat, let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks, so then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you... Very well then, Mr. Atmey. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declared to the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. God damn, my nose itches. I can also feel a really bad tickle in the back of my throat. Yes, Chief. Okay, the final testimony. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I have this photograph ready. A brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Sorry. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. Oh my god. Don't mind me, guys. My ear just acting up there for a second. Ugh. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But how did you know about I can feel that creeping up. Oh. Okay. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me, and I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Grr. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a sec. Just one chance? Ha! It seems that the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony, so it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. So it's make or break, basically, literally. Cup number 17, the last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to the trial. I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence, which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Very well then, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. Okay, okay, so let's see. Okay, Ron's wallet found in the KME security building. Keycard used on October 12th. There are no fingerprints on it. The buzzer went off once. Yeah, not seeing any contradictions so far. Where's the master publicity photo? I just want to see. Okay, so he does wear gloves, so that's not a contradiction. Yeah, I'm just thoroughly analysing the statements and and seeing if there's any, excuse me, anything I can pick up from them. The buzzer definitely only sounded once, right? Where's the buzzer data? Yeah, it went off once, okay. Thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. Oh wait. Oh no. I think I might know what the contradiction is. Where is it? blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the colour of the jewel. Is there any way I can contradict that? I thought Ron's testimony could contradict that. Oh, I might have to look this up because I'm really stumped. And I know that means that, like, my challenge of not getting stumped is, like, null and void, but oh well. Yeah, I don't know whether I would have got this anyway, but yeah, the statement we need to practice this one. Mr. Atmey, about this last remark. You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Gatto. What? Mr. Atmey, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atmey? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago, back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Oh, yeah, so Luke Atmey won't know that because he was on trial in another courtroom. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Grr. Do you understand now, Detective Atmey? There is no way you should have known about that. Yeah. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Master Mask. So then enlighten us, just how did you know that piece of information? Well... Come on, this detective must have known about it. You probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atmey to have found that out. Only one? One way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed a real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atmey. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Oh boy. Detective Atmey, you saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. I think he's about to break. Yep, he's totally about to snap. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. Hee 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 ha 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 ho ho hee hee hee. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atmey tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Master Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan, to use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. I know. You never committed any murder. That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Master Mask. Huh? So, thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Then, Master Mask is really innocent? It would seem so. For now. For now. Now then, this court finds the defendant. Hey, we did it! Let's go! Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master Mask after all. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yes, because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh. I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Corain Channeling School? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother, Misty Fate, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Mia. Ah, Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all of this is... Come on, just be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Master Mask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master Mask. I did it all for one reason, for her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Master Mask? Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. But that's not true, right, Nick? Right. Oh, really? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can. I kinda wish you would check with me first. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there is always a way to put it back together. The Sacred Urn. The Sacred Urn. Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife, she's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Miss Delight. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. But, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master Mask either. Mr. Light, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy? Yes. I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations! Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you, with another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya? I'll never forgive you. I love how fierce Pal gets when it comes to defending Maya. So just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. And that is that. That is the end of the stolen turnabout case. So we did it. Yay. And now we are about to play probably one of the most flamboyant cases in all of Phoenix Wright. We're gonna be starting the recipe for turnabout case. So yeah. And you'll see why this case is flamboyant as we get into it. Okay. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. It wasn't me, I swear it wasn't me. The evidence and testimony we have seen and heard are conclusive. The victim was alone at his table when he drank from that poisoned cup of coffee. No, you're wrong. I know what I saw. I saw... I saw someone else there. A man. He's the real killer. Why does that man look like Phoenix? He sprinkled something in the guy's cup. Why won't anyone believe me? Well, I'd say that pretty much wraps the case up, wouldn't you, Mr. Wright? This court finds the defendant guilty. This court is adjourned. Yeah, don't panic. That's not a game over. That does not count. Ah, the start of the new year always makes me feel like I can take on the whole world. I bet it does, Maya. So I've decided that our resolution should be Safari. Take on the world. What do you think? Sure, whatever, Maya. But I think maybe you've had more than enough mistletoe cake. Never. You gotta eat a lot of cake during New Year's. It's practically tradition. Like watching the fireworks on TV or playing a board game. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe. Happy New Year, Detective. Likewise. Now listen up, right? Here's to another fruitful year of lawyer police cooperation. Yeah, me too. Alright, pal. You got some explaining to... Have you got a holiday present for me, Detective? A what? Well, here, have this. It's really nothing much, but... Yay, thanks! Look, pal, we need to have a talk. Take a seat. Hey, what about Pearly? You haven't forgotten her present, have you? No. I mean, yes. I mean, no. Are you doing this on purpose? Haha, guess I'm busted. How did you like my first practical joke of the year? Very funny, pal. Now let's see how funny you think it is when I show you this. What is it? A magazine? Hey, I wanna see. Deadly poisoning brings guilty verdict. Defense attorney Wright trounced. Trounced? Let me see that. The defense attorney gave an almost childishly amateur performance yesterday. What the heck is this? It's a report, pal, about you. Listen to this. Mr. Wright must take full responsibility for the ruling of the case. Well, and don't tell me you don't remember anything about it. But I don't remember anything about it. When was that issue from anyway? December of last year, which I guess makes it last month. Which makes it old news, you mean? But I wasn't involved in a poisoning case in December. So what do you think this is all about, Nick? If it wasn't you, pal, then that leaves only one possibility. No way. You don't mean a phony Nick? This must be Gumshoe's idea of a joke. Guess he's starting off the year with one too. Okay, we've got a magazine clipping in the court record. So, what are you gonna do about it, pal? What do you mean, what am I gonna do about it? Well, it's your fault that the judge found the defendant guilty in the case. My fault? How do you figure that? Because the Phoenix Wright is super famous now. Well, maybe only sort of. Yeah, see what happens when you hotshots start getting full of yourselves? But I didn't do anything wrong. At least not that I can remember. You better make this right, pal, now. And that means taking the case back to court, got it? Sounds like we've got our first case of the new year. Let's tackle it with gusto. I don't know. The judge already issued a guilty verdict once in the case. It's not going to be easy to get it overturned. I guess that New Year's resolution is going to have to wait until next year. So you're taking the case, right? Good. I'm gonna head over to the courthouse then. After that, I'll go back to the precinct. Drop by if you need something, okay, pal? I guess people are starting to know the name Phoenix Wright. If a client entrusted a case to me based on my reputation, I guess I am kind of responsible. But why would someone want to impersonate me? What sort of a guy would do that? Okay, so... let's see what Maya thinks about the article. I can't believe you've got an impersonator. I can't either. Aw, but look on the bright side. Only famous stars have people impersonating them. This isn't funny, Maya. It's not just an impersonation. The guy stole my identity, and someone may have been wrongly convicted as a result. Guess you should have gone into showbiz, huh, Nick? I will never understand how your mind works, Maya. Okay, so let's move to the Criminal Affairs Department. It's been ages since we came down to the precinct, huh, Nick? Looks like Gumshoe isn't around. He's got it so easy, leaving everyone else to do the work. No, he's out there somewhere. My bet is on the courthouse. He's probably trying to arrange the retrial of the case. Guess that means we should go to the detention center and chat with our killer, huh? After being convicted without a fair trial, I'm not sure killer is the right label. Okay, let's go to the detention center and meet our client, whom we also somehow got convicted. This is so nerve-wracking, waiting to meet our new client. I wonder just what kind of person you tricked and got found guilty. Keep it down, Maya. That kind of talk could ruin me. Ah! No! Maggie got convicted? Are you kidding me? No! Maggie! You might remember Maggie from Justice for All. Well, yep, turns out she's back in Trials and Tribulations, and her streak of bad luck continues. How could you, Mr. Wright? How could you do this to me? They put me in solitary. I haven't been able to stop crying. Aren't you? Yes, I am. I am totally and utterly let down. Aha, are you? Don't pretend you don't know me. It's me, Maggie, remember? Maggie Bird. Maggie Bird. Ah. Here's a little recap. Maggie Bird. She's a policewoman I defended that one time. She was accused of murdering her lover. He was a cop too. What are you doing in here? Didn't I get you acquit? Oh sure, very funny. After that fifth-rate defense job, you come in here and start making jokes? You better hurry up and tell her what happened, Nick. Oh, I see. So that's where we stand right now. I'm sorry you've been caught up in another murder. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. I vaguely remember her saying the exact same thing last time, but I don't mind. What's one more disaster in my life? At least now the real Mr. Right is here with me. I won't let the world keep me down, sir. Okay, let's talk to Maggie. So let's catch up with her. So, how come you're dressed like that, Maggie? Last year you looked so sharp in that police uniform. I was fired after that incident last year. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay. I don't mind one bit. I enjoyed being on the force, but I think it was time for me to move on. So, what do you do now? In the second act of the life of Maggie Bird, I'm playing the role of a waitress. A waitress? Yes, in a French restaurant. It's a small place, but it's quite fashionable. My charming smile and shapely figure came through for me, and the owner, Mr. Armstrong, hired me straight away, sir. And then you got into this mess straight away, right? Yeah, you could put it that way. Okay, let's ask what happened. This whole mess started on the 3rd of last month, and it happened at Tribulations. Tribulations? Yeah, it's a restaurant where good service and a friendly smile are always included. Oh. There were 2 men at the table, both drinking coffee. And then... one of the men slipped some poison into the victim's cup. The victim took just one sip and was gasping for air. I was so shocked I passed out. Hey, hold on there, Maggie. What? You keep calling the guy the victim. Didn't you know the guy who was killed? Not at all. I'd never even seen the guy before. Oh. So she wouldn't have had a motive to kill him then, I guess. And the other man, the killer, you saw him, right? Of course, a good waitress must be attentive to the clientele. So, you saw the killer, but you were found guilty of the crime anyway. How come? You tell me, Mr. Wright. Guess the answer to my question is my phony. Anyway, she saw the killer. Better see if I can get a description of the guy. Okay, guilty verdict. So, if you saw the murderer, why were you still convicted? Because no one else saw. Saw what? The other man, the one who put the poison in the victim's coffee. Everyone testified that way. Mr. Armstrong, the customer, everyone. The victim was sitting alone at this table the whole time. But how's that possible? I don't know, but nobody, not one person will believe me, sir. Even Phoenix Wright, my one last hope for a fair trial, failed me. What a pathetic defense. My granny could have done a better job. Look, that wasn't me, okay? And then, they found something a bit incriminating in my apron pocket. What? A small bottle of poison. What? But poison? It was in your pocket? Well, I passed out when the victim collapsed. The killer must have slipped the poison in my pocket when I was passed out. And no one else saw the other guy? No, sir, that's what everyone said. But I don't see how they could have missed him. Okay, I'll just have a drink. But yeah, seems like Maggie is still in very much a state of permanent bad luck. Okay, let's ask about the other guy. I was the one who took the coffee to the two men. Oh, and what was your impression of them? Well, when I first saw them, I kind of thought they might be in the music industry. In music? How come? Well, one of them had some sort of earpiece and an emo musician's look about him. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. An earpiece and sample CD, huh? Did you get a look at the CD at all? It had a band's name written on it. I think it was MC something. They must have been preparing for the debut, I guess. So it was a band CD. Maybe a promo disc? Maybe it was MC Screwdriver. Get serious, Maya. Would you buy the CD of a group named that? What was the name of that group again? MC Hacksaw? No, MC... And what about the killer? What did he look like? Well, I don't really remember. Only that he was a young man. Well built like the victim, really. Okay, so, now we're gonna present stuff to Maggie. So let's present the magazine clipping. Oh yeah, I need to ask you about this. Hey, this article's about my case. Can you tell me anything about the guy who was pretending to beat me? Yes, sir. It was the morning after I'd been arrested. I met you in the visitor's room here. You were wearing one of your super sharp suits. Me? Yes, you, Mr. Wright. Hey, Maggie. Was my evil double I am here too? No, I don't remember if only you, Maya. Oh, it would have been so cool. Then you got really worked up and passionate. I'm gonna get you cleared of this crime, you said. Okay, I get the picture, but you've met me in person before. So how come you didn't realize the guy wasn't the real me? I guess, looking back now, it was a little strange. Only a little. Well, okay, so you were a bit taller than normal, and you looked a bit shady. And your voice was a bit weird. Oh, and you had this kind of funny accent, and... So the guy was nothing like me then? But he had your spiky hair and blue suit. Is that all it takes for someone to imitate me? How about everyone else in the courtroom, like the judge and the observers? Didn't they realize he was an imposter? Everyone had these big question marks on their faces, but it seemed that no one wanted to say anything, sir. Bye, viewable. Okay. This case just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Mr. Wright, do you think it's possible to get a retrial? Probably. The court ruled in the absence of a genuine defense attorney, so we should be able to get a retrial. Mr. Wright? Huh? Do you think we'll win next time, sir? My life has been a full-course meal of bad luck, complete with defeat for dessert. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. I even landed a phony lawyer when I had the misfortune of being accused of murder. But I will survive, because Maggie Bird always lives to fight another day. And one day I'll find it. Just you wait and see, sir. I'll find that one single moment of good luck. Ah, Jin Ope is really gonna pay for this. What are you staring at me like that for? But Maya's right. Whoever it is that thought it was a good idea to use my name and get an innocent girl convicted of murder had better watch out. We'll find him, don't you worry. We'll get Jin up for you. Thank you. Oh, I'll tell you where Tribulations is then. Right, the restaurant where the murder took place. Yes, sir. When you go, please tell Mr. Armstrong I said hi. Sure. Alright, Nick, let's go check out the restaurant and its food. Okay, Oh, Detective Gumshoe. He really looked out for me when I was on the force. Have you seen him recently? No, he's never been to the restaurant. Guess he's not a fan of French cuisine, huh? He's an instant noodle type of guy after all. Yeah, he prefers the simple things in life. Or he's just simply too poor to afford anything else. Okay, so let's move to Tribulations and check out the oh my! I told you this case was flamboyant. Wow, look at this place. Look, more like smell. What is with the suffocating scent of flowers in here? Then again, girls like that kind of thing, right? Actually, I'm not all that into it. No one's coming to see us. Maybe there's no one here. Don't be silly, Maya. This is a restaurant and it's open. Hello? Anyone here? I don't believe it. There really isn't anyone here. Perfect. Let's get intrusive. If there's no one here, we can take anything we want. Yeah, I suppose we can. Okay, so let's, yeah, I guess we can just examine. So let's examine the crime scene. This must be the table where the murder occurred. I guess so, with all this police tape all around it. And that stain must be from the poisoned coffee. Don't go licking the tablecloth, okay, Maya? Why would I lick it? I'm not a cat, you know. Then why can't I picture you doing just that? Okay, this restaurant has partitions that separate the tables. When you're seated at a table, you can only see the tables to your right or left. This table's set nicely. It just needs a customer. What do you think this flower is, Nick? Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like a tulip, and it's not a sunflower, I don't think. Duh, even I could have told you that. Well, those are the only kinds of flowers I know. Dagnabbit, I'm a lawyer, not a botanist. Okay, well, we're certainly getting a lot of funny dialogue out of this anyway. Wow, it's a beautiful winter wonderland out there. Really? Cool, I love snow. Let me see. Huh? It's not white. It's not even snowing. Got you. I was only kidding, Maya. Nick! There are lies that are okay to tell and lies that definitely aren't. All I did was tell an itty-bitty white lie about non-existent white snow. Okay, Let's keep examining. It's a rack full of fashion magazines and they're all in French. Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic sometime, huh, Maya? Yeah, I guess I could. I'm always in my acolyte clothes, aren't I? It'd be fun to wear normal clothes every now and then. There's something stuffed in behind the rack. Looks like a sports paper to me. Hey, and look at this. Someone scribbled a little doodle on one of the pages. MC Bomber. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. $100,000 maybe? I wonder what MC Bomber is supposed to be. This paper, it's from December 3rd. This paper is from the day of the poisoning. What? Okay, I guess we found some more evidence. Perfect. A paper from the day of the murder. This gotta be a clue. I should see if I can find out some more about this paper. It's a rack full of fashion magazines and they're all in French. Why don't you try wearing Look at all the little trinkets tucked away in here. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all these personally. Let's see, a bouquet of flowers, some potpourri, and look, fine-bone china cups. I never knew you were so cultured. Come on, Maya, this is common knowledge. Any Joe Schmo knows this much. Okay, cash register. Look, it's one of those boxes that spits out money. You know, you're the only person who would ever describe a cash register in that way. Okay, I think we might be all examined out here. It's a restaurant's front entrance. There's a sign hanging on the door written in French. It probably says open or closed. It must be one or the other, but I don't know which, since I don't know jack about French. Okay, so we need to find out more about the paper. So we're gonna move back to the detention center. Okay, let's try presenting this to Maggie. Oh, a sports paper. Let's see. The Guts Braun managed to defend his heavyweight title. Sorry, Maggie, that paper is actually a month old. It's from the day of the murder. And Gutson got knocked out yesterday, I'm afraid. Oh no! I found this paper in the magazine rack at Tribulations. Really? That's strange. Tribulations doesn't get newspapers. Mr. Armstrong says he's not really fond of them. Then maybe one of the customers left it behind? Anyway, what I want you to take a look at is this scribble here. Aha, that's it, sir. MC Bomber. That was the name that was written on the CD. Just as I thought. I guess it was an MC screwdriver after all, huh? So that $100,000 must be a down payment for a record deal, right? If someone gave me $100,000, I'd sing for sure. The Master of Parade or the Spirit Song or even Maya's theme. Okay, Maya. So if the sample CD was on the victim's table, that means this newspaper may belong to the victim. You're right. So the victim left this behind on the day of the murder, huh? I think we better step up the investigation, don't you, Nick? Okay, so let's move to criminal affairs. Oh, okay. Let's move to Wrighton. Okay, move to... let's see what Maya has to say. MC Bomber. And don't forget the 100,000 too. There's something about that name, MC Bomber. Yeah, it's a pretty unusual name. Everyone's worried about bombs these days, I guess. I'm not sure that has any bearing on anything related to the case. Anyway, we should really look into this some more. Okay, is there anything else? No. Okay, I guess we need to go back to Tribulations. There we go. Oh la la, bonjour. Welcome to La Tribulations. Oh, hello. What happened? What happened to Maya? She's frozen stiff. Oh, you'll see why she's frozen stiff in a minute. Oh my god. Bienvenue. Welcome to my petite restaurant. Happy Avenue? Oh no, my petite tulip. Huh? Me? Look at this face. Like a kitten rejected by its own mother. You are fatigued, non? Alors, you need this. An aromatic bath boil melange of La Neroli and La Rose. My personal recommendation. You think I need what? Oui. Just add a couple of drops of sea mixture to la bath water and voila. It will soothe your body and your mind. It's simply fantastique. Really? And for la monsieur. Who? Me. Look at that face. Like a puppy rejected by life itself. You are fatigued, non? For you, monsieur, I recommend this. Oil of bergamot. And maybe an inch of oui. I will add la peppermint and la clary sage for a fragrance exceptionnel. Such an invigorating recipe will bring out your delicious beauty, monsieur. My beauty? Lord, if you will be seated, I will bring you a special menu of the day. Actually, we're not here to eat, we're lawyers. Ma bien, sir. I know this already, monsieur. You are La Phoenix, right, non? Yes, you know me. Mais, oui. I never forget a man who flirts with me, especially in court. I guess he was cross-examined by our mysterious Shin Ope. It looks like everyone to do with this case knows who I am already. I wonder what sort of impression Jin Oak's been leaving on people, don't you? I like how Maya's just taken to calling fake Phoenix, you know, Phoenix but backwards. Allow me to introduce myself to you again. I am Jean Armstrong. Enchanté. Okay, so now it's time to talk to the very flamboyant owner of Tribulations. But first I'm gonna have a drink. Okay, Tribulations. So what does Tribulations mean? I know Trey. That means 3, right? No. Tribulations is Francois. In English, you would say very good. Oh, very good. Oui, exactement. The atmosphere is Tribulations and la cuisine is Tribulations. If the food's so good, why aren't there any customers here? My cuisine is not for all. Some people say do not appreciate la haute cuisine. I thought everyone liked hot cuisine. Since I have lost Maggie, I do not have enough aunts. So you're running this place on your own now? Oui, for the moment. No one has answered my advertisement. Oh, poor moi. Please don't eyeball me while you say that. I am the chef. I am the manager. I am also a trained aromatherapist. A roaming what? A practitioner de aromatherapy. The art of soothing the soul with the delicate floral aromas. Delicate? The smell coming from that bottle earlier was anything but. Okay, ask him what happened. So, could you tell me what you know about the incident? The end. It makes me sad to remember it, yet I remember it so well. More than a month has passed since it happened. Yeah, I guess it's been about a month since Maggie's sentencing. So it was the 3rd of last month, just after 1 in the afternoon. A man who was in here for a coffee suddenly became ill because of the poison in the coffee. That is the truth as I know it. It was Maggie who took his drink to him. I was in the kitchen. I heard the sound of someone collapsing. When I came out to see what it was, he was already slumped in his chair. He was dead? Mon Dieu, oui, he was dead. Maggie had passed out also. And this man who died, was he alone? Oui, monsieur. All alone. I know that Maggie said there was someone else, but... I see. La police, they asked me many times. Are you sure there was no one else at the table, they asked. But I am not the only one. That old man said the same thing. Old man? What old man? Okay, ask about the old man. So who is this old man that you mentioned? At the time of the murder, there was another customer in here. What? Someone else saw it? Mais oui, as usual, he came alone that day. At the time of the murder, he was here. He saw it too. But he said the same thing, that there was no one else at the victim's table. But Maggie swears there were 2 people. Mais, mademoiselle, la lawyer, he could not prove this, no? About the lawyer, that was me, I suppose. Mais bien sûr. Wow, he's the first person who said it wasn't me. Don't kid yourself, Nick. Now who's the one making stuff up? Okay, let's present... We found this sports paper in the magazine rack here. One of my customers must have left it behind. Do you have any idea which customer it was? The only ideas I have, mademoiselle, I save for my kitchen. Okay, Maggie was a policewoman once, n'est-ce pas? Yeah, but she had to quit for reasons beyond her control. Oui, she was the suspect in the murder investigation, non? Oh, you know about that? That is why I gave to her the perfume for la happiness. Happiness perfume? Oui, blended from bergamot like I have given you before. But she's been arrested again, and found guilty this time. This is true. Her natural aroma of unhappiness must have been very strong. Just admit it, your perfume doesn't work. I am not surprised she was the prime suspect, after something like that took place before my very eyes. Something like what? What's this guy talking about? Does this mean Maggie did have a motive? We've got to ask this guy for more info, stat. Okay, let's ask about Maggie's motive. When Maggie took the coffee over to the victim, did anything happen? I suppose you could say so. So what happened? None. It was nothing. Look, Maggie says she didn't even know the guy, but she's still been indicted for murder. The prosecution must have come up with some kind of motive. It is true. If there was anything at all between Maggie and the victim, it could be relevant. So please, tell us anything you know. Oh, great. Time for more Cyclops. Cyclops? No way! What are we going to do, Nick? We'll just have to remove... What the? Well, what's wrong? The Magatama. It's gone. Huh? I had it in my pocket, but it's vanished into thin air. What? But I could see the Cyclops. Maybe that means the Magatama's nearby. Mr. Armstrong, could I just confirm something with you again? The table where the victim was sitting. Was anyone else sitting there? That is a question you will have to ask him yourselves. Huh? Him? That old man spends all his time down the park. La park? Oh, a park? What park's that? Behind the restaurant. It is called Vitamin Square. Thank you. Je vous en prie, my dear. Let's go check out this Vitamin Square right now, Nick. Okay, well we definitely can't remove Jean's psych locks yet, so yeah, let's go to the new area, Vitamin Square. So this is Vitamin Square. Yeah, I see where they get the name from now. The fruit scream vitamins at you. Hey Nick, that's the guy, right? Isn't that the old man Mr. Armstrong was talking about? That grouchy looking grandpa? He's throwing seeds out for the pigeons. Maya, he's not throwing seeds for them, he's throwing seeds at them. Oh my, this old man's got a very red nose. Ugh, my grumpiness threat level has just been raised to red. Okay, let's talk to the grumpy old guy. What you saw. Excuse me. Would you mind if I had a word with you? Yes. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. What's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm busy? So you don't like my seeds, eh, pigeons? He's really chucking those seeds at them. That's gotta hurt. Go on, eat this. Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you about Maggie Bird? I don't know any Maggie Bird. Yes, you do. Maggie, the waitress at Tribulations. Ha! It's a disgrace, I tell you. Another disgrace. A disgrace? An innocent young girl revealing herself like that. Revealing? You mean her uniform? The youth of today, they don't have any shame. No shame, I tell you. Not 1 ounce. Whatever happened to the old Bushido values of Japan, like honor and modesty? What about me? I'm not wearing anything revealing. You? Your problem is you lack any sense of grace. Talk about hitting a girl where it hurts. Okay, let's ask about Tribulations. You go to Tribulations a lot. That miserable excuse for a restaurant. That garbage they serve in there is not food. Where's the sushi, the tempura, the rice? Tribulations is a French restaurant, sir. Where do you think we are, boy? In Paris? I want real food, not those snooty snacks. And what about those shameless girls? You mean the waitresses? You can see all the way up to there. Yes, the waitresses. They're practically naked. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Well, isn't it? Listen, it's not my restaurant. Ha! It's a miserable excuse for a restaurant, that place. Miserable. He certainly knows the place. He must be a regular. But if he hates it so much, why does he keep going? Okay, let's ask him about being a regular. Are you a regular at the restaurant, sir? It's just if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir. There you are, you filthy pigeons. You want food? Haha, take that. He must be hiding something, right? If he is, I should be able to see a cyclock or two. Oh wait, I don't exactly have the Magatama right now, huh? Remember, Nick, that Magatama is only on loan. You better find it or else. If Pearls ever gets wind of this, I'm going to be in a world of pain. Okay, let's present. Okay, okay, let's examine. Ooh, there's a magazine here. It's a magazine full of job listings. You disgusting rogue, picking up something someone else threw away. Threw away? Did you throw this away? Are you looking for a job? Ka! That's none of your business. Sorry, I guess I'll just take the magazine with me then. I don't want anyone else having it. Give it back. Too bad. Now that you want it so bad, I don't want to give it up. Okay, job listings. Added to the court record. Hey, that's mine. Okay, let's look at the beds. Hey, look, pigeons. Yeah, and heaps of them too. Did you know that pigeons are a symbol of peace? That's a dove, not a pigeon. Poor things. So, they can't be symbols of peace and harmony just because they're grey, is that it? You're overthinking this one by just a smidge, Maya. Okay. Let's look at the stool. Looking at this orange reminds me of what? That you're supposed to eat a lot of them to ward off colds in the winter. You can't have fun during the holidays if you're sick in bed, you know. You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, a sandcastle. I used to love sandboxes like you won't believe. Really? You? Sure, finding iron fillings in the sand with a magnet was my favorite thing to do. Iron fillings? Wow, that's too exciting for words. It was my ambition to collect every single shred of iron in the sandbox. I was such a kid back then. So did you manage to get all the iron? No, I never did. I think I came close though. Come to think of it, I still have all the iron filings I found way back then. You wanna? No. Okay. This place is so fruity. That's not a bad thing. Besides, I love apples. They're among my favorites. Then that apple slide is perfect for you. And what is so perfect about it? Oh, come on. Don't be a stick in the mud. Slide down it a few times. Go on. Woo! No way. I'd get covered in sand if I slid down that slide. Anyone could see that. Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, I'd give it a try too. Okay. I think that might be everything we could examine. So what? Yeah, so there isn't even anything of worth in. Okay, yeah, okay, so we're definitely done with this old guy. So let's, actually we can, yeah, I'll just present profile. So let's start with, Maggie. Oh wait, I need to, there we go. Yeah, let's start with Maggie. And then let's present. Okay, so there's nothing. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything else left to do here. So let's move back to Tribulations. Okay, let's see if John can tell us anything about job listings. Mademoiselle? Yes? Are you looking for a job? What? No, I was just... Let me see. Your style is different, but you have a good face. Different? Felicitations, you are passed. I will hire you. Bien, come with me. I will teach you everything I know. Nick, help! I don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for Maya. Maybe I should do both. Okay, I guess Maya's been whisked away by Sean. Okay, so... It's a rack full of fashion magazines and they're all in French. Ugh, all the clothes in these are absolutely atrocious. Some of them have been circled in red. I really hope Mr. Armstrong is not thinking of buying those. There's a bunch of little trinkets on a shelf by the door. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all these personally. Okay. This must be the table where the poisoning occurred. This stain tells the story well. The whole area is still cordoned off with police tape. I guess it must still be under investigation. Okay, so let's move back to the detention center. There we go. Looks like they have Maggie in questioning. I guess I've asked her pretty much everything. I'll come back if there's anything else I need to ask her later. Okay, let's go to criminal affairs. Well, pal, have you found the evidence yet? The one that's gonna find her innocent? No, not yet. We've only just started our investigation. Well, whatever you need to know, I'll give you the dirt on it. I'm putting off all my other cases for now, pal. Gumshoe's really fired up about this. Oh yeah, one more thing. The retrial's been approved. Court's sitting at 10 AM tomorrow, and Godot's gonna be the prosecutor. Oh, him. Now listen up, pal. If Maggie's found guilty again, yes, I'll make sure you get locked up good for it. Got it? Okay, let's talk to Gumshoe about Maggie. So the guilty party was Maggie Bird, huh? Yeah, back when she was on the police force. You were her mentor when she was a rookie, right? Yeah, I kept a close eye on her. I mean, not too close, you know. Hey, what's with the funny looks, pal? I was just her. It wasn't anything like... Look, sure, I was her boss when she was doing her training. But that was it. Nothing happened. Gumshoe sure is sweating up a storm over nothing. Ah, so that's it. Our big old Gumshoe was a little old crush on Maggie. I don't like her or anything. I was... Note to self, gossip with Maya about this later. Look, pal, don't tell anyone, okay? You've gotta keep it a secret, got it? Sure. Would you mind not guessing what I'm thinking all the time? Hey, tell your face, pal, not me. You'd have to be blind not to see what's on your mind. Okay, let's ask about the victim. So, I was wondering, could you fill me in on the victim? Glenn Elk, he was a computer programmer. I see, a programmer. He was just a regular Joe working for a small-time computer firm. Maggie never had any contact with the guy before that day, and all she did was take him his coffee on the day of the murder, pal. Yeah, Maggie also claimed to have never seen the guy before. Did the victim go to the restaurant often? Not according to the chef, said it was the first time he'd seen the guy. A programmer and a first-time customer at that. What possible reason could Maggie have had to kill a guy like that? That's what I thought. But a motive was still somehow established in her trial. You're kidding. What was her supposed motive? Sorry, pal. I'm real busy. I haven't even got enough time to sift through these papers. Look into it yourself, okay? What could this motive have been? The investigation? This isn't really a proper investigation. I'm kind of working on it by myself. Oh, that's right. The judge already ruled on the case and all the evidence is in already. The only problem is with Maggie's testimony. Yeah, doesn't sound very good for us, huh? Look, pal, I got a mountain of papers on this case to look over before tomorrow. So I'm just gonna say this. Maggie Bird's no liar. She's... Okay, so she's a bit out there and a bit off base sometimes, but she was a good cop. That's not exactly complimentary, you know? So what do you think really happened? And just how contradictory is her testimony? I really need a drink, because I feel like my throat's almost tearing apart. I might have another mint again. Just to have something to chew on, and then, because mints do help soothe my throat, I find. So yeah. Okay, let's look at contradictions. Okay, so we gave the paper to Gumshoe. Okay, let's talk to Gumshoe more about Sean. So what exactly is it that caught your attention about the chef of Tribulations? It's kind of hard to say. The guy's probably not even connected with the case anyway. Hey, come on, detective. Didn't you say you'd give me the dirt on anything? Well, this sort of stuff is kinda unimportant, gossipy stuff, you know, pal? Look, how about this? You go to Tribulations and investigate the place yourself. And if you find out anything suspicious about the guy, you report back to me, okay? Don't suppose I get a choice in this, huh? Guess I better find out more about the chef in Tribulations than report back to Gumshoe. Okay, detention center. Okay, and then back to Tribulations. The scent of flowers sure is strong. It's almost making me dizzy. Ooh, hello. Oh, hello. Me and Phoenix are thinking the same thing. Who was that just now? A customer? She has sort of a dark aura about her. Ah, welcome! B Avenue. Wow, what a cute voice. Maya! Oh, it's just you, Nick. Maya. Well, how do I look? Maybe you should quit being a spirit medium. Maybe, but it's kind of boring being a waitress. I mean, you're my first ever customer. Then who was that woman I just saw? Oh, since you're here, you might as well have something to eat. I am kind of hungry, actually. Okay, let's talk to Maya about waitress. So, how do you like your new job, Maya? I never knew there was so much for a waitress to do. Take people's orders, bring them their food, make coffee, work cash register. Of course we need a customer before I can do any of that. Yeah, it's a nice looking restaurant. It's a shame more people don't come. Don't forget about the ultra cute waitress. Check out my give me a tip smile. Okay, let's ask about the lunch special. Hey Nick, why don't you order something? Chef's preparing a tasty lunch set at the moment, or so he says. How much is it? It's a twin tea set, so it's $20 of course. A twin tea set? I believe I'll be taking a pass on that. It's kind of expensive. What? But you can't. Come on Nick, it's not every day I get to be a waitress. I want to try carrying plates and working the cash register. How about cleaning the toilets? That should keep you busy. Yeah, right. Maybe later. About lunch. Oh, a fine choice, sir. No, Kitchen, a lunch special, please. With all the extras. Drink, side salad, dessert, and gift. I don't need any of that. Just a moment, please, sir. Maya's really getting into this. So how much is this set lunch then? $20, huh? But with the drink, side, salad, and dessert, it's $45? Hey, wait a sec, Maya. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Here you are, our deluxe fortified lunch set. Whoa. A dish inspired by lobster and abalone fricassee with a balsamic vinaigrette. Bon appetit. Thanks. Come on, Nick. Hurry up and try it already. Lobster, huh? Alright, down the hatch it goes. Well? Are you hungry, Maya? I'm starving. Here, it's yours. Really? Remember, Maya, my wallet doesn't print money, so you better polish off that plate. I just remembered, I've gotta clean the toilets. Hey, you can't be in that much of a hurry to clean the toilets. Okay, so now we know why no one comes, because the food tastes unbelievably bad. Okay. How does that guy manage to make good food taste so bad? Hey Nick, you want to take a peek at the kitchen? The kitchen, huh? Not a bad idea. Now what was it that Maggie said again? In the kitchen, you'll get to see all the chef's greatest secrets. In the kitchen? That sounds tasty. Hey, wait up, Maya. What is it? I'm pretty busy right now. weren't you going to show me around? Tusk, there goes my plan to find some cool clue and show it off in your face. Okay. No. Okay. Just seeing how we're doing on time. We're doing good. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's move into the Tribulations kitchen. And here it is, the famous Tribulations kitchen. It's my first time in here too, actually. There's a weird atmosphere in here, that's for sure. Mr. Armstrong will be back soon, so we better search quickly. Chop chop. Okay, let's start with this very conspicuous looking box. Oh wow. Ooh, interesting. There's an odd bottle out. Okay, let's But yeah, I'm probably not gonna read any text for a while just cause like, I just feel like my voice is getting really tired. So, yeah, So yeah, bear with me if I don't read text for a while. It's just because I'm like saving my voice. Because yeah, my throat is rather sore. Oh my. Okay, let's keep examining. So, yeah, I'll examine this next. No way, we found the Magatama, but why was it in the kitchen? Okay. But yeah, those songs do sound good. Yeah, at least, I mean, I will still look at the track list myself, because, I am interested, but, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So, I think I am gonna wrap up the stream now, just because, one, my voice is, like, really tired, and two, I do have to get ready to watch a wrestling show soon. So, yeah, so I'm gonna call it a day here. I'll make sure to make a note somewhere of where I got up to, because otherwise I'm gonna have the same problem I always have, where I come on and I don't remember what I was doing last. So yeah, so I'll just go back to the title screen. Okay, let me switch screens really quick. So yeah, so I will be next back on tomorrow. I'm gonna be continuing with Yakuza 2 Kiwami tomorrow, so looking forward to getting back to that. But yeah, that stream should start at the normal. That stream should start at the normal time of 4 p.m. Yeah, I only started a little bit earlier than 4 p.m. today because I had to end the stream earlier due to watching my wrestling. But yeah, so I am. So yeah, let's see who we're gonna raid. So, doobie doo. Who's online? Let's see. Ooh, Cultaholics reacting to Raw when that comes on. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to Chugs, one of my favourite wrestlers. He's not from the wrestling company that I'm gonna be watching in a minute though. He's from another wrestling show that I like. But yeah, let's go over to Chugs. He's playing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. So yeah, let's start the raid. And yeah, I'm gonna. But yeah, so I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. I'll see you tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna send you over to Chugs now. And yeah, I'm gonna go hydrate and get ready for some wrestling. So yeah. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, everyone. Okay, raid now. But yeah, bye-bye.